Hi guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. This week's video came a day late just because it took forever to render for some reason. Also I got a package and I'm not going to let you see the address. And try and talk to you about something that I want to implement into my daily routine because I need accountability, and this YouTube channel has given me that. So I came up with a project called Project Butterfly, and I'm still figuring out all of the ins and outs of it, but basically I wanted to make something. Oh my goodness. Again, me with sharp things is not a good idea. Now, again, I haven't really come up with a lot of, and I'll make a whole video of it if you want me to explain Project Butterfly, but from what I have so far, it's mainly just me trying to perfect a good routine. You know what I mean? Like something that will help me to stay on track on a daily basis. No, there isn't some sort of app, because apps never work for me, ever. I mean, I gotta keep an app on my phone, and because I have PDA autism, pathological demand avoidance autism, I purposely ignore them and don't do my tasks in the day because everything has to come from me, because I hate having to be told what to do. I like to do things on my own terms, which is why I'm cleaning my room right now, because if I was told to clean my room, I would purposely keep it dirty on purpose just because I don't like the idea of people telling me what to do. It really, really aggravates me. So I've had better help. I just don't like the idea of other people controlling my life. Like, I like to control everything for myself, which is why I need a good routine, which is something that I came up with Project Butterfly for. Again, haven't got all the nicks and crannies figured out yet because I'm still working on it. But my idea is that if I find a good routine that helps me on a daily basis to remain consistent in the things that I want to do. The packaging's pretty good. Got some crumpled up paper, and now we got the pony. I really struggle to stay consistent on loving myself and taking care of myself. And for most people, that seems like a very consistent thing in their life, like being able to get up every day and have a routine or like some idea of what they want to do in the day. However, for me, it is the complete opposite. I never know what I'm doing in a day. I'm always rushing out the door before I have to be somewhere. And I'm always sitting here being like, what the hell am I doing with my life right now? I used to be able to get up all of the time because I was in college and I had something to do and I had somewhere to put my energy in, and I had a full-time job. Those two really helped me to get out of the day and get out and do things. And, you know, doing those things really helped me to get out of my comfort zone. However, recently, I've gotten a part-time job and then I've started my full-time business. I've been having trouble with executive function and getting out of bed on a daily basis. She's beautiful, by the way. Mummified pony here. Let me stop talking for a second and admire S Just Dream. Oh my goodness. I've wanted this pony since I was a kid. And again, another grail unlocked. I am so happy to have her in my collection. She's going to go with Bluegrass Bandit. She does have a few rubs, but that's okay because I got her for a pretty cheap price, and also she was wrapped up very nicely. So thank you for providing your services of a pony to me. Collecting Breyers, I've always loved collecting Breyers. They make me feel good, they make me happy, they're my special interest. They bring happiness to my life. And what I also like to do for myself is buy myself flowers every once in a while. These two things go hand in hand for me as a form of self-love and self-care. I've dealt with autism ever since I was a kid and had to live a neurotypical life, and I'm done doing that. I'm unmasking and being unauthentically myself. It's made a lot of people uncomfortable because they don't like to see me as autistic, or they think that I use it as an excuse, when quite literally I am just unmasking and coming to the truth of myself. Form like this is really useful for me because I get to meet people who are also like me and struggle with a lot of the things that I struggle with. I'm still learning a lot about the ADHD brain and the way that we work, and especially for ADHDers, such as myself, the two really tend to go hand in hand with each other. Like, she stands pretty good.
So what is Project Butterfly? Project Butterfly is very customizable to your own lifestyle, and I hope that you can cultivate these items on a daily basis to create your own routine and your own ideas of what you would like to do. However, these are some of the things that I came up with when researching something that would help me to have a better anxiety-free morning, afternoon, and nighttime routine. So I focused on things to help my mind, things to help my body, and things to help my growth, right? So we want things that are going to help create positive change, and I talk about that in the next part of this video. But screenshot these if you'd like. They should help. They're going to create a good routine to build off of. Of course, you don't have to do everything. These are just suggestions, and please take them as such. However, doing these things will help create a better routine than the one that you're probably already living. So the point is to create something that is going to create better habits versus the ones that you already have. I've called it the Butterfly Project because a butterfly metamorphosizes. So the goal of this is to encapsulate the beauty and love and self-compassion that your life cycle gives you. It's very generalized just because in case if somebody else wants to also participate in this as well, you're more than welcome to. Literally, all I want is for people to accept themselves and love themselves and to find inner peace. And sometimes when your life is chaotic, it's hard to find those things all can relate to. So I wanted something to help just take the guesswork out, take out all of the stress of I have to get this done and this done and this done and this done. If you work on everything in small chunks, it's easier to consume versus having to do everything like all at once, which is of me living this lifestyle before. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I look great there. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish here, is finding something to help get me back on track. And it's still a work in progress.
I'm not gonna say that this is like the best idea ever, because there's still gonna be things that maybe I take out or add in or try and replace. Water, eating healthy, getting enough movement, and making sure that I have enough time, like a time buffer. It's like what I like to call it is, when you're gonna do something, I always try to have at least a 10-minute time buffer before doing the thing that I wanna do, because if I don't have that 10-minute time buffer, anything can happen within those 10 minutes to make me late, or to make me, you know, not just late, but make me feel uneasy or have anxiety. So I try my hardest to be on time to things. However, I struggle on a daily basis to be on time to things. I have a thing with my ADHD where I struggle with time management. So here's another chart. I've taken all of these things that I want to work on, I put them on a grading scale, and there isn't really a way that I've figured out on how to like grade my everyday. This is just something that I came up with. Grading helps me to see the flaws that I might have and how to fix those, right? How to bring in attention to that subject. So you put little drops of positivity into each bucket or into each category of these things in order to become more mentally stable and mentally compassionate towards myself. Finding a good routine so that you can stay consistent will help you in the now. And you have to start today. Like, you have to get yourself to start in a good direction while you catch it. Because if you don't do it while you catch it, then you just continue to snowball on. This is something to work on, to cultivate more positive habits on a day-to-day basis. In watching self-help videos can only get you so far and can only get you to get motivation, but it's fake motivation. If you don't take the information that you're given and you don't use it, then it's just information. So, you know, a lot of the time we'll get into these motivational feelings and we'll go all in. I don't want you to go all in. I just want you to start slow and kind of get your feet onto the ground, get your feet wet, and then slowly add more positives into the negatives. Once you start to see more positive changes toward the positive direction, then you can start doing things that maybe are a little bit more difficult or maybe a little bit more advanced. For example, you wouldn't go to the gym and haven't been going to the gym for years, months, or whatever the case may be, and say, I'm gonna lift 75 pounds and curl it like it's nothing. Unless you're already really, really strong, I doubt that you're gonna go into the gym and start curling reps of 75 pounds. Like, that's really, really difficult. Versus going to the gym and saying, hey, you know what? I'll just curl 10 pounds or 15 pounds or even 5 pounds. And that's what I want you to get out of this video. And that's what Project Butterfly is all about. It's about getting started. It's about learning to accept that you're gonna have failures and that you're gonna have issues and that you're gonna have a crazy life on a daily basis, but fixing those in the now, fixing those while you can, versus letting them take control of your life. To carve out time for yourself in your busy day, because it is important. If you lose yourself, you're just becoming another cog in the machine that this world wants you to be. Not you, but I don't want to live a life where I feel like I'm just another cog in the machine.
What if it's a mistake? It's a mistake. Rest assured. What do you know? You're going to stumble around, right? And what's going to happen is this. You're going to move, you're going to not stay in stasis. You're not going to wander around in circles. And I see people like that. They said, well, I never knew what to do, and now I'm 40. It's like, that's not so good. That's not so good. And you might say, well, and there is a literature too that suggests that people are a lot more unhappy when they look back on their lives about the things they didn't do than they are about the mistakes they made while they were doing things.
Sit on your bed one night and say, what's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? You meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
It takes small steps, skills, discipline, hard work, and sometimes even mental toughness, because it will get hard, the tough things. If you hit a wall, you probably don't want to do it again because it hurts. But if you continue to, instead of just going all the way in, hitting the wall really hard, what if we take something like a small axe and just every day, just kind of chip at it, chip at it, chip at it. And the more you chip at it, and the more you work, suddenly it's not a wall anymore. Cultivated a new sculpture and cultivated a new way of being. My point is there's still hope even when you take a bad turn, even when you know you're not doing what you should be doing. Turn back around. Turn the car around and fix it while you can. Because if you decide to stay where you're at right now, and you don't like where you're at right now, you're just gonna stay there, and it's not gonna fix anything. So that's Project Butterfly. I hope I described it the best way possible. It's about cultivating a new you, and spreading your wings so that you can fly again. I love living, I love life, and I want other people to know that life is beautiful, life matters, and that you are meant to be here, and that no matter how hard it gets, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and things do get better. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and things do get better if you work at them. If you don't work at them, they stay the same. It's like reading the same book over and over and over again. In order to change the narrative, you have to read the next book. You can't just keep reading the same page over and over and over again and hoping that you're going to get a different result. It doesn't work like that. So as much as I love giving self-love, I also want people to know that it takes hard work. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something positive out of this video, and I will talk to you later. Thanks, guys.
I'm autistic, and I need the sensation of being hugged. And I've developed a machine that I get into and hugs me, and I'm different afterwards. I'm more social. Well, I didn't speak until I was 4. Now I have a BA and a master's, and I'm studying for my doctorate.
How did you learn to speak? Please don't shout. Please don't.
Most autistic people are very sensitive to sounds and colors. Overstimulation hurts. You know, people talking too much at once, can cause us to panic.
How did you get cured?
Well, I'm not cured. I'll always be autistic. My mother refused to believe that I wouldn't speak. And when I learned to speak, she made me go to school. And in school and at home, manners and rules were really important. They were pounded into me. I was lucky. All these things worked for me. Everyone worked hard to make sure that I was engaged. And they knew I was different, but not less. Now I had a gift. I could see the world in a new way. I could see details that other people were blind to. My mother pushed me to become self-sufficient. I worked summers at my aunt's ranch. I went to boarding school and college. Those things were uncomfortable for me at first, but they helped me to open doors to new worlds.